I'm your host with the most welcome 23. You're joining me for Desire and Decorum, Chapter 16, Season's End. At the Duke's Ball.
I'm pleased you've come to your senses. Edgewater belongs to Mr. Mulcaster.
It doesn't seem as though I have a choice.
I expect a generous donation to the parish within the week.
I will.
Chin up, my lord. You have done a good thing. For your parish and for Edgewater.
The Countess quickly pats Bishop Monroe on the shoulder, and turns quickly back to join the ball with a satisfied smile on her face. She whispers to herself as she passes you.
But, Lady Bella, try to follow my plans now.
Oh, I will. You creep out of the shadows and march over to the bishop. Pugsley follows at your heel, letting out a low growl. That's right, Pugsley. You show him. Lady Bella, have you been here long? Bishop Monroe, tell me there is an explanation. I watched you accept Countess Henrietta's bribe. How could you stoop to something so low? Countess Henrietta's powerful, and even without her title, I only wish to try to keep the parish safe. What about my father's will? What about your morals? Accepting the Countess's bribe goes against every one of my father's last wishes. You've caught me in a most unscrupulous position. It is a grand understatement to say that I am embarrassed. And why are you smiling? As you should be. I know you've made a few allies tonight. I believe you to be the Earl's blood. Yet I am concerned about allowing a natural daughter to inherit outright. More concerned my ass. This isn't right. You must know this isn't right. Money from Countess Henrietta will benefit the parish and the estate. So that's it. You, a professed man of God, are simply going to accept a bribe. If I have learned anything in my time at Edgewater, it is that I am no match for the likes of Countess Henrietta. If your grandfather hadn't been similarly single-minded, your parents would still be together. What? How can you know that? It was I who negotiated their wedding, and I who ultimately annulled the union. What? I thought that was my grandfather. He ordered it, but I carried it out. I felt I had no choice. So then you must know more about the relationship than you let on. I knew that they loved each other and that they were devastated to be torn apart. I was there when Lord Vincent told your mother of his father's demands. The marriage had to be annulled. She must have been heartbroken. I could tell you the story if you like, from the beginning. Oh, Pixelberry, you're on the side of greed, are you? Yes, listen to Bishop Monroe's story. Pay some diamonds. Oh, the irony here. It is not pronounced to be beyond me. You take a deep breath and steady yourself. I will honor my parents' privacy, but that won't stop me from trying to convince you that Edgewater should fall to me. I have the parish to think of in the future of Edgewater. You married my parents, and so you know I am legitimate. They weren't married when you were born. The law is clear in such matters. My father never thought of me as illegitimate, and I can prove it. But how? Show Mama's wedding ring. You hold out your mother's ring to the bishop. If you married my parents, then you should recognize this. That can't be. My mother's ring. My father kept it all these years and gave it to me on his deathbed. Bishop Monroe sighs. I can see your father truly loved you and your mother, and his conviction that you should inherit Edgewater was in earnest. But what of the Countess's threats? Am I to ignore the welfare of my parish? The powerful take what they want, and it is my duty to protect those in my care as best as I can. Bishop Monroe. Illusion of choice here, but, if you give in to her now, she will never stop using it. I know that you are afraid, but you are a bigger threat to Countess Henrietta than she is to you. Right now you can take what she wants. If you don't seize this opportunity, you will never be free of her. You make a compelling point. So you'll uphold my father's will? I shall, in its entirety. However, there's still one small hurdle, the marriage clause. In order to inherit, you must have a husband of suitable rank. If you can get engaged tonight, I will support your claim over Mr. Mulcaster's. Then it will be done. Thank you, my lord. Godspeed, my child. You hear a voice from the ballroom announce the arrival of Dowager Countess and Mr. Mulcaster. I have to tell my grandmother. Rush into the ballroom and scan it for the Dowager Countess. But someone else catches your eye first. Mr. Harper! Ah, you look ravishing, good sir. All the more handsome in a uniform. It suits you quite well, sir. His Majesty's Royal Navy did me a kindness with this uniform. I hope your journey treated you well. Well enough. The Dowager Countess did wonder whether the entire household had conspired to leave without her. Someone certainly conspired. On that note, Lady Bella, if there is anything at all, that I can do to help you with the Countess, just say the word. Mr. Harper trails his hand on your wrist, then wraps his fingers gently around yours. I've never been as happy as these last few months since you arrived at Edgewater. You have a way of lighting up every room you enter, and, if it's not too bold to say, of lighting up my heart. It's certainly not too bold of you to say, sir. I'm glad for that. And I would hate to see you leave Edgewater, and that light with you. We are all better for having you there. Your support and your affections mean a great deal to me. It's more than that, Lady Bella. In fact, there is something I was hoping to discuss with... Seemingly out of nowhere, Mr. Mulcaster's shoulder collides with yours. Oh! Lady Bella, my apologies. Mr. Mulcaster, is everything quite alright? I have to find... Excuse me. Mulcaster distractedly wanders away. Looks like a man with a world on his mind. So he does. What was it you were about to say? Nothing of great importance. Please excuse me, my lady. Mr. Harper gently bows to you, and you navigate your way through the gentry folk on the dance floor to speak with your grandmother. You must be the illustrious prince I've heard so much about. You find her with Prince Hamid, who bows as low and kisses the back of her hand. The pleasure is all mine, my lady. It is an honor to formally meet Lady Bella's grandmother. Your reputation as a charmer precedes you, Your Highness. I must speak with Lady Bella, but I do hope you will tell me of your travels later. Gladly, my lady. He bows his head, then turns towards you. He locks eyes with you and allows his hand to raise against yours as he passes. Ah, there is my elusive granddaughter. And with good news, I hope. It's good to see you as well, Lady Grandmother. Don't waste all your good wit on sass. Now, we've no time for small talk. It's of the utmost importance that you secure a match tonight. The Duke's ball is the last major event of the season. Lady Grandmother... I've already devised a plan. Bishop Monroe said he would uphold Father's will, so long as I am engaged by night's end. That is wonderful news, my dear. I wanted you to be the first to know, but the night isn't getting any younger. I should yes. But there is one thing I wanted to share with you tonight. The Dowager reaches into her reticule and produces a glimmering tiara laden with diamonds and sapphires. What is that? These are the Edgewater jewels. This tiara has been in our family for centuries, passed down to the most genteel lady of our generation. I had hoped that you would be ready to wear them tonight, my dear. Had hoped? She places the tiara back inside her reticule. I have been keeping a close eye on you throughout this season, Bella. It brings me no joy to say this, but you've not proven yourself poised and charming enough to wear the Edgewater jewels. What, because we didn't spend money on diamonds? Lady Grandmother, I have great faith in you, my dear. Your methods may be unconventional, but they have served you so far. It is still my hope that the estate will remain in the bloodline under your capable stewardship as Countess, and that you will come to see the importance of propriety with time. Your manners did not earn you the Edgewater jewels, even though we've done nothing but kiss everyone's ass. I understand. Ah, the illusion of choice. Because you need to spend money on diamonds. Now that hope shall never be, you don't get a match tonight. You should make your rounds. Hurry, my dear, there is no time to lose. Your conversation is interrupted by another, louder one nearby. Why do you listen to that woman? You look to the dance floor where Miss Sutton and Mr. Morrowcaster twirl, slightly out of step with each other. That woman is my mother. Yes, but all she ever does is manipulate us, and you never say a thing. Mr. Morrowcaster's shoulders drop. He draws in a deep sigh as he steps to the left, and Miss Sutton's foot lands on his. Ah! Mr. Morrowcaster, There is no need for apologies, Miss Sutton. This happens every time we dance. I should know to expect it. Oh. No, it isn't your fault. You are lovely and well-bred and far sharper than you give yourself credit for. We simply aren't suited for each other. You lean towards the Dowager Countess, keeping your voice low. Are they... You aren't going to marry me, are you? It seems so. No, I'm afraid I'm not. Miss Sutton hesitates, looking at her hands. Finally, she meets Mr. Morrowcaster's eyes. That is probably for the best. Miss Sutton glances around the room, noticing that everyone is staring at the two of them. Her cheeks flush scarlet, and she runs off. Mr. Morrowcaster watches her go, eyes downcast. They both look up so upset. Oh, wait, I was gonna... I thought it was like... Shut up. They both look so upset. Pardon me, Lady Grandmother. For a minute there I tuned it out as if, like... Who do you go after, Miss Sutton? Mr. Morrowcaster. Ooh, okay, so either one. I feel for Miss Sutton. You know, she had her heart's fancy on Mr. Morrowcaster. However, Morrowcaster was pushed into the relationship by his mother in hopes of becoming the Earl of Edgewater and then suiting someone of Mrs. Sutton's propriety. Oh, God. This one's actually a tough choice, I gotta say. Because I feel bad. It's a tangled web of just bullshit that they've had to go through. That was weaved by, you know, Henrietta. I want to say suck it up, Mr. Morrowcaster. And then I also feel sad for Miss Sutton. But then I also feel sad because Mr. Morrowcaster. Yeah. But Mr. Morrowcaster was kind of flimsying around with other women, and Miss Sutton was not. Choice, you haven't seen one yet. Yeah, pretty much. Miss Sutton. Miss Sutton, wait. You chase after her, following her to the corner of the room, where she collapses onto a settee and buries her face in her hands.
Are you all right? I am embarrassed more than anything else, and to be truthful, relieved.
Relieved?
I had a feeling this moment was coming ever since you told me about Mr. Mulcaster and Miss Holloway. Though I didn't imagine it would be so public.
Oh, Miss Sutton. It will be a footnote to everyone here in no time. You deserve way better than Mr. Mulcaster anyway. He had no business yanking you around, acting as though he would marry you while flirting with another. Now you are free to find a husband whose intentions are pure. Perhaps one who truly cares for you.
Or even with one with a title. Thank you for checking on me, Bella. You're a true friend.
I'm only happy to see that you're okay. You offer her a warm smile, then turn to give her some privacy. Or as they say back then, privacy. Lady Bella, there you are.
Ah, Mr. Chambers, have you been looking for me?
I have. Might we speak somewhere a little more private?
Certainly.
Mr. Chambers ushers you into a vacant corner of the room.
Now, what is this all about?
I must apologize for my, forwardness, but I have to ask whether you have received any requests for your hand yet tonight? I mean, let's be honest, we have not.
I have not. Fortunately, I remain without marriage prospects.
In that case, I am honored to be your first to request your hand. Wait, what? What? I'm so confused on what's going on right now.
Oh, you aren't exactly the first person I would have expected to express interest.
Word spreads quickly at an occasion such as this. I'm aware of the terms of your inheritance and the limited timeline you have to meet those terms.
Indeed, the situation is rather dire.
I can't offer you love, at least not in the romantic sense. His face falls and his gaze finds Mr. Knievel across the room, talking sullenly with a Miss Parsons. Yes, I know. Alas, I will be boarding a ship back to the Ottoman Empire tomorrow morning.
My condolences, sir. I'm sure London will be sad to see you go.
I know, whatever. All because we didn't spend diamonds. As you know, my heart belongs to another, even if we can only be together from afar. But I can help you secure your claim, and I will not get in the way if you seek to love outside of the marriage. Mr. Chambers glances across the room, where Mr. Harper joins Miss Parsons and Mr. Knievel in conversation.
But why would you do this for me if I receive a proposal from...
Why would you do this for me is actually the best question. Well, I do owe you a favor from the day at the races.
This is rather more than what is owed.
I am a man of my word, Lady Bella. I will not pass up an opportunity to even my debt with you. Besides which, I received plenty of benefit from the arrangement as well.
I greatly appreciate your offer, Mr. Chambers, but I will need time to consider it.
That will not be a problem. Please just let me know once you have decided.
Thank you, sir.
Lady Bella, one more thing. Know that I will support your claim, no matter what you decide. I think having you as Countess of Edgewater would do everyone around here a bit of good. Mr. Chambers bows his head and then returns to the ball proper. Interesting. As you turn from Mr. Chambers, you almost knock into the biggest piece of shit in the room that we didn't want to deal with. Mr. Duke Richards. Ah, Lady Bella.
I knew it wouldn't be long until you attempted to force your company on me once again.
You catch Mr. Sinclair's eye behind the Duke, and he furrows his brow. You grab a billy club and smack him in the back of the head. Come on, I challenge you, men. You shake your head just enough for him to take your signal. He nods, but does not look away. Duke Richards, this time you listen to me. After tonight, I will never have to see you again. Once I am named a Countess of Edgewater, I will do everything in my power to disgrace the name Duke Richards. It's time someone stood up to you. The Duke looms over you menacingly for a brief and terrible moment. We'll see about that. He turns on his heel and strides away. That was strange. As Duke Richards absconds into the room, you hear a cheerful yowl from below. Arr! Bend down to give Pugsley a thorough scratching beneath the chin. Everything is finally coming together for us, boy, isn't it? Arr! Yes, Pugsley, I'm happy too. Thrilled. And very lucky to have such a good boy as my faithful companion. Arr! You stroke the fur on his back a few more times, then stand and scan the room. You see Mr. Sinclair speaking with the Viscount Westonleigh near the front door. I know you heard everything, Viscount. No, sir. Oh, goddammit, we forgot his voice for a minute. Oh, shit, shut up. Let's try this. Okay. No, sir, I did not call your daughter a musk ox. Nearby, Prince Amin regales a group of guests with stories of his travels. And then, Countess Nikolai had him thrown out of the Kremlin. It was all anyone could speak of for a month. Miss Parsons sits at the pianoforte, playing an enchantingly delicate tune. Her lovely soprano carries over the din of the conversation. What was the point of picking a love interest on your dying father's bed? Sweet is the vale where the innocence resides. Blessed is the cot where virtue dwells. Harper accepts a glass of champagne offered by the servant, bowing his head. Thank you kindly, friend. Father would be proud of me in this moment, for I am finally able to declare my true feelings to my beloved, and win Edgewater in doing it. Choose who you want to declare your love for. Mr. Sinclair. Prince Ami. Miss Parsons, and finally, Mr. Harper. What, there's not a fifth option that says I love thyself? Damn it, I've been doing that every night for the last, 20 years. And I win. Okay, moving on. Oh, if you're not laughing, then I did it wrong. Who do you choose? Damn. So we told our father, Mr. Sinclair, on his deathbed. Don't get me wrong. I know people called me out when it happened, and they're like, "But you said Miss Parsons." It was very tough. I mean, Mr. Sinclair, I really like. He's just me, but without the riches. And it's kind of reverse psychology of wanting to find someone who accepts you for you and loves you for you, shit like that. And again, Miss Parsons is a fantastic second choice. Mr. Harper's a swell guy, however, we haven't really got to know him very well. And Prince Hamid, fun guy. Don't get me wrong, he would make a best friend, but I'm just like, eh. Even though I gave him the dog voice, but I'm gonna go with Mr. Sinclair. You approach Mr. Sinclair, speaking with Viscount Westonleigh, across the ballroom. As you near, you hear him sigh deeply at the Viscount. You misunderstand me, my lord. Not farming. I said she was the most... Mr. Sinclair sees you standing next to him and suddenly stops short, his cheeks turning a slight shade of pink. Lady Bella, forgive me. I didn't realize you were there. I was looking for you, actually. Who were you just discussing? Oh, it's of no importance. What did you need for me? I am hoping to steal you away for a moment. privately. There was something I wished to discuss with you. For you, lady, I would spare all the time in the world. You take Mr. Sinclair's outstretched arm, and he leads the two of you through a door in the adjoining hallway. 5 minutes later, you walk over to the window, taking in the night sky. You can feel Mr. Sinclair watching you intently. You turn to him and smile. I've spoken to Bishop Monroe. He said he will uphold my father's will. Lady Bella, that's fantastic news. I am happy you will get everything you've desired. Bishop Monroe did have a stipulation attached. He said he will uphold it if I am engaged by the night's end. I've received a proposal already. Oh, I see. Mr. Sinclair's face immediately falls. He turns his back to you, ambling away slowly. But I was hoping for someone else to make an offer. Mr. Sinclair freezes. He turns back to you, meeting your gaze. His downcast looks fades from view, turning into a wide smile. Yes, man, she means you. Lady Bella, can it be? Strides over to you and takes your hand. He kisses it softly, his lips lingering on your knuckles. I do not wish to mince words any longer. Allow me to be frank. You, my lady, are the most important person in my life. Bella. My Bella. Press your hand to his cheek, looking deep into his eyes. Ernest. My Ernest. Oh, Ernest. I don't think we're to the love part yet. You're the most important person in my life as well. Mr. Sinclair touches his forehead to yours, his smile growing bigger. Do my ears deceive me? Could you possibly feel the same way? You had best believe it, sir. There is no one else more dear to me than you. This must be a dream. It can't be possible to feel this happy. Yes, you look it. You really are smiling there. Come on, try, you go like this. Like, when does he ever smile? You place your hands on either side of his face, forcing him to look at you, and smile. This is real. I'm real. You're real. The bond between us is real. You deserve all the happiness in the world, and should you allow, I would like to be the source of it. Mr. Sinclair takes your hand, pressing it to his lips once more. I thought I knew what true happiness was, what true love was when I married Rosalind. I know now I was utterly wrong. You realize you can have two loves in your life, right? I'm just saying. Like, we'll talk about it later. Anyway. Mr. Sinclair admitting he was mistaken. Perish the thought. I believe that was impossible. As did I. But you have shown me how blind I was. You have turned my life around, Lady Bella. And I don't want to spend another moment without you by my side. Mr. Sinclair drops to one knee, now holding your hand in both of his. Mr. Sinclair, in all my years upon this earth, I have yet to find someone as quick-witted, headstrong, charming, breathtaking as you. Someone who challenges me. I respect that. My heart is now and forevermore yours. Sweet darling Bella, if you will do me the honor, will you be my wife? Ernest. It's odd hearing his name, Ernest, when all we've had for 98% of this book is Mr. Sinclair. Yes. Oh, yes, I will absolutely marry you. You have captured my heart, and nothing would make me happier than to be called your wife. Where was the turn down option? Just if you wanted it. Oh, Bella. Mr. Sinclair stands and spins you around. He sets you down and gazes deeply in your eyes. You feel an invisible pull towards him. You should hold him close, kiss him sweetly, kiss him passionately. Why not? You throw your arms around his neck and pull him into a fiery kiss. Mr. Sinclair immediately relaxes at your touch. He wraps his arms around you, holding you tight against his body as he deepens the kiss. Bella. Ernest. You kissed Ernest, or I mean Mr. Sinclair. He kisses you again and again, each one more passionate and fierce than the last, until you lose yourself to his passionate kisses. After a while, you finally break apart from Mr. Sinclair. You hold his hand and sigh. We should probably return and announce our news to the ball. You start to walk towards the door, but Mr. Sinclair tugs on your hand, pulling you back to him. Wait. I'm not ready to share you with the world yet. Can't we spend a few more minutes in our own world? Just the two of us, for the diamond choice. I heard the gardens are lovely this time of night, and I should like to enjoy them with my fiancée. I like the sound of that. Mr. Sinclair smirks at you and whispers in your ear, my fiancée. Mr. Sinclair kisses the inside of your wrist, his eyes flickering to you. Plus, I can think of a few other reasons to explore the gardens together. Is that what we're calling it? I mean, I've heard of women's gardens, but you take it to a whole new level, good sir. Return to the ball. I'm going to hell, aren't I? As tempting as that offer is, I can't wait to share the good news with everyone. Mr. Sinclair sighs and brushes his lips against yours once more. As you wish, let's rejoin the party, and I'll explore the garden later. Oh, the hedges are unkept. God damn it. You and Mr. Sinclair rejoin the festivities, and you immediately scan the room for your grandmother. You find the Dowager Countess speaking to Viscount Wesley nearby, her face carefully blank as she listens to his near-shouting voice. They don't make poached pears like they used to. I swear I haven't had a proper one since 1770. I imagine there is much else you haven't had since 1770. Hearing, sex. Beg pardon, my lord. Would you excuse my grandmother for a moment? I have rather urgent news. Urchin news, I say. Parliament is letting this city go to the dogs. We know you can hear just fine. This is pointless. You smile tersely at the Viscount and pull your grandmother a few paces away. Lady Grandmother, I have most extraordinary news. As do I. I found the solution to all our problems. Wait, what do you mean? Don't you worry, my dear. It has all been arranged. Oh, what did you do? She pats your hand reassuringly, then sweeps into the center of the ballroom, pulling you with her. May I have everyone's attention? I have a few words to say. Don't do this, Countess. The room goes quiet as everyone turns their attention to your grandmother. It has been a precarious few months for my family, so I am all the more pleased to announce the most delightful news. My dear Lady Bella is engaged. How does she know? Her betrothed is a man of great honor and prestige, and matches Lady Bella every inch for wit and winsomeness. Oh, she's gonna admit Duke Richards. If only my dear Vincent could have been here to see it, he would be so proud. Here is the man of the hour now. You follow the Dowager Countess's gaze to see... Oh, I called it. It's just predictables. What? The Duke steps forward and takes her hand in a painfully firm grip, smiling all the while. Ah, what the Dowager Countess Dominique says is true. Lady Bella and I will be wed.
But, Ernest...
You turn your head wildly, searching the room for Mr. Sinclair. You try to go to him, but your rapt audience blocks your path. He disappears into the crowd as the Duke's grip on your hand tightens. We will unite Carlton and Edgewater forevermore! Tell everyone he's lying.
But I didn't agree to this. I would never marry this man.
Your protests are drowned out beneath the revel of gossip and applause from the onlookers. Now, Bella, we wouldn't want to make a scene. Not with the bishop watching. I suppose this means I have an announcement of my own. I have determined that the last will and testament of the Earl of Vincent of Edgewater is credible.
What? Now?
Your mouth goes dry, and bright spots begin to cloud your vision. As Lady Bella has fulfilled the terms of the will, I am pleased to officially declare her the heiress to Edgewater.
None could be more deserving.
Lady Bella, you little minx.
Get the hell out of my house. I'll deal with Duke dumbass later. You collect your chest as your lungs fill less and less with each breath. Lady Bella shall officially claim her title as Countess of Edgewater upon her wedding day.
Not like this. Please.
The room begins to spin. You wheeze with every shallow breath. Your bright spots take over your vision. You reach out for something, anything to steady you until the world goes black. Please be dead. Like the book. Oh, me really? No. No. Let this book die with her. Oh God, make it stop. Are you fucking serious? You've been locked in an engagement with Duke Richards. Something no one wanted. No one in the Choices fandom wanted. Can you escape his clutches to be with your true love? If I stab him in the neck with a letter opener, can it be seriously fucking over? Discover your fate in Desire and Decorum, Book 2. Okay, who wanted a Book 2? Who in the wanted a Book 2 so I could smack some sense into you? No! No, I was hoping this would be over by chapter 18. No! No, 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 no. Oh God, it's like cancer. Sweet mother of God, I'm gonna take up smoking, drinking, alcohol, and any and everything else I can fucking get a hand on. What? What? Who? What? Oh my God. Okay, I have to do this. Hold on. We can't even get a Most Wanted 2, and you're giving Desire and Decorum a fucking Book 2! Oh! Okay, fuck you. Are you serious right now? Are you being serious? We, the fandom, have been asking for 2 years for a Most Wanted Book 2. I don't even know what to fucking say right now. We can't even get a Book 2 of Most Wanted 2, the most hyped book out of all this. No one in the community wanted a Desire and Decorum Book 2. I'm having a stroke right now as we speak. Maybe even a heart attack. What the fuck is this? Oh my God. No, it could have ended nice. It could have ended... This whole crapshoot could have ended. This whole crapshoot could have ended. This whole shitty fucking book... I had faith. I even asked for Pixelberry to stop this. I literally asked. I asked nicely. The whole fandom asked nicely. Please, just... You're doing great with It Lives Beneath. You're doing great with Elementalist. You're doing excellent with Senior. You're doing halfway decent with High School Story. Make the shit book stop. No, God, no, Jesus Christ, make it stop. You could have ended this. It could have been we put down Viscount. Oh my God. We could have put down Duke Richards. We could have beaten Countess Henrietta. We could have fallen in love with whoever you picked. And then it could have ended by chapter 18. It could have ended. 18 would have been it. It would have been, yay, marriage day, yay, Briar's happy with Mr. Marlcaster, yay, or whoever the hell she wanted. I don't even care anymore. I don't honestly give a flying fuck about this book. I right now would rather like cover chapters content right now than this. And you're telling me we have a book too. Who? Okay, I'm not gonna give you shit. Who in the comment section below? Who honestly wanted a Desire and Decorum book 2? Who? I need to know why and what's wrong with you. Like, are you that lonely? I hate to sound like an asshole right now, but really? Like, who wanted this? Who at Pixelberry thought, you know what, we're gonna piss off the whole fandom by making a fucking book 2? What? Who? No! God damn it, I'm having a stroke. My left arm is going numb. What the hell is going on? What? Oh my god. Alright. No one wants to spend money on this shit. I'm just done. Alright, you know what to do. Our outro, I didn't even say. Holy... I just don't even know. I'm gonna go now. And I'm gonna begrudgingly cover the other 2 books. While hoping I don't have a stroke. I'm kinda wanting one. This could be the finale for me. I just have a stroke on stream or something. Maybe die. I'm already dying a little inside every time I have to read this book, but now we have a book too. Okay. Alright. I'll catch you all in the next video.